Earlier this week, on November 16th, Corneshia Butler, a mother of four, was murdered by her toxic ex girlfriend. I want to get into some things, okay? Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel, honey. Welcome back to yet another video regarding a woman being dead. Okay, this black woman, this mother of four, died earlier this week. I know she hasn't gotten a lot of media attention, which is the reason why I wanted to do this video. I know we've been talking about Shanquilla Robinson a lot, but I wanted to make sure that we kind of talk about Corneshia Butler as well, because there are not a lot of news outlets talking about it. I'm still searching for stuff, trying to find out what actually happened to this young lady. But from what I'm understanding, based on what I've gathered over on the social media, this young woman was murdered earlier this week, November 16th, to be specific, from my understanding, by her toxic ex-girlfriend. And it's really sad because she's a mother of four. A mother of four, just extremely sad. Now, according to her friends, Cornisha was a boss. She was a free spirit, a great mother. She had her own tax business. Her favorite color was pink, hence you see the highlights in her hair, and we'll get into more of that, okay? What I'm learning is that just last month, she ended up, I don't know if it was purchasing, but either way, she ended up getting a home for her children, okay? She has about 4 kids, so she was really excited about this. Like, she was really happy. Like, I've been in Atlanta for a long time, and I'm finally doing something for my kids, something they can be proud of, feel comfortable in. And she was finally like doing the dang thing. Okay. They're also letting me know that she was expecting to purchase a pink food truck as well. So she had a lot of great things that was going on. All right. Now, what I'm hearing is actually it was that she bought the house. Okay. From my understanding, the house that she moved her children into, this was a home that was purchased. And she actually made a post about this over on Facebook, and that was earlier this week. She says, been in Atlanta going on 2 years. The best decision we could have made. Just put me and my family in a 5-bedroom, a 3 full bathroom with a 2-car garage. My kids been through hell and back with me. It's only right that I give them the life that I never had. That is just extremely sad to me, because she tried to give her kids a life that she never had, and now they're going to have a completely different life. They're going to have a life without her, and she won't be able to be there with them to wipe their tears, to make sure they're doing everything right. If they have any questions about life or anything, they won't be able to go to their mom to ask that. And I just hate when people make these well, how do they use the slogan? They say making permanent decisions off of temporary emotions. I hate that so much. Like, people just never can gain control of themselves enough to think about the bigger picture at times. Sometimes it's just about how they feeling on the inside, and they fuming, and they want to do something about it, and they want the other person to feel how they feel. And then some people just hateful. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they just hateful as hell. And I really hate that. I really, really hate that. Let's see. They're also saying that she always made all of her cars the color pink. Okay. This was her favorite color. You see it in the highlights of her hair. She has tons of photos of her vehicles. The cars that she had was a Benz, and she also had a Jeep Wrangler, from my understanding, and they were both pink. Actually, I have photos of that, so let me show you that. These are pictures of Cornisha. There's a picture of her in front of her Jeep Wrangler, and then a picture of her in front of her pink Mercedes. Now, I want to believe that these two pictures could be different. And that's really based on what we learned. We learned that the ex-girlfriend actually set fire to these vehicles, right? She set fire to these vehicles back in September of 2021, leading to this young lady getting a restraining order against her. But yes, the girl set these vehicles on fire. So it leads me to believe that maybe Cornisha bought her another Mercedes and then painted that one pink, because I did see more recent photos of her standing next to a pink Mercedes. So I believe she was able to replace and re-up on, what she lost at that time. All right. I also wanted to, I think I showed this to you. I'm not sure if I actually showed this to you or not, but this is the photo of her and the pictures of the house that she had for her children. And now her children won't be able to see. That's the crazy part to me, right? It's just really crazy, because she got this house for her kids. They haven't even been in the house for a month. Like, why didn't this young lady think about how she was about to change not just one life, but everybody's life around her, when you made such a decision, including your own decision, right? Including your own life and your own family. You done changed everybody's life because of a dumbass decision, because of your lack of control over the situation and yourself, because you probably was so busy trying to control this young woman because I'm hearing that it was a very on and off and very toxic relationship. A lot of the friends were saying, listen, she should have been stopped messing with this girl a long time ago, right? Um, just tragic, just horrific, just tragic, just extremely, extremely sad. I do have some of the photos here where the vehicle, the Mercedes, and you can kind of see the Jeep Wrangler, you know, burnt to the ground, really, because the ex-girlfriend, who I'm learning her name is Kayla, her real name is Shakia Perkins, but Kayla, whatever you want to call her, she was the one to do this. All right. Allegedly, what I'm hearing, she has been charged for that. But she was the one to burn this girl's vehicles to the ground. Like, are you okay, ma'am? Are you okay? Are you okay? Now, let's get into more of these details. Now, although her cars were burned by her ex girlfriend, again, she did not let that stop her. She was able to replace those cars, and she was able to elevate and go on and do more, because when you have children, it's a different type of motivation. You got to get out there, and you got to get it. Now we do know that Cornisha filed a restraining order, okay, against this young lady. Again, her name is Shakia Perkins, but a lot of people call her Kayla. Now, Perkins burned Cornisha's vehicles last year, and that was both the pink Mercedes as well as the Jeep Wrangler. Okay, she also sent threatening messages to Cornisha, and I'll show you guys those in the message. Okay, so along with the photos that were sent, along with the photos of the burned vehicles, this was a text exchange between both young ladies. Okay, but I'm not seeing Kayla really say anything. All I see are messages from Kayla saying, listen, okay, pay your insurance. Ask her then. Okay, you worry about it, not me. LOL. Okay, keep talking. Yep, my mind made up. LOL, you'll be dead soon. So keep talking. That's what I want you to do. I'm going for first degree, not second. I stamp that. LOL. Yep. Yep. It's all fun and jokes until you scared for your life, huh? And show the police these messages, right? So this is the stuff that Miss Kayla said. Miss Kayla sent over to Cornisha, pretty much giving her a warning a year ahead of time that she was going to unalive her. Okay, now what else are we learning here? Right, I am learning that when Miss Kayla decided that she was going to burn her cars up, set fire to this girl's car or her vehicles, she was charged, okay, over there in I believe it was Henry County, somewhere in Georgia, right? So she was charged for aggravated assault. She was charged for criminal damage to property, terroristic threats, and arson in the first degree. So you already had a case, dear, pending, on top of a restraining order or anything else. You just couldn't let her go, huh? I don't understand it. This is just crazy here. Now, the things that actually stood out to me in the messaging that Kayla sent over to Cornisha was I didn't necessarily hear her denying that she set fire to this girl vehicles. Okay, that was the number one thing. The next thing was you telling her she'll be dead soon, and being very clear with the saying that you're going to be going for first degree and not second degree. Now, this is where it's real interesting. I wish that more news outlets was covering it and we could get more additional details on what happened to this young lady, because I did see a message over on social media, kind of explaining a little bit of what happened, saying that the incident took place inside of Cornisha's home, and her 4-year-old son was also there. Cornisha has 3 boys and a little girl. Okay, I'm sorry, 3 girls and a little boy. I believe her son was like 4 years old. The other children were like school age. So at the time that this happened, her daughters were in school. So imagine that, having to come home and you have no mom, and you just saw her that morning. She sent you off to school. Like, that's just, man, you gotta be, that's crazy. I don't know if there were any other witnesses. The baby that's 4 years old, I don't know if he could, talk or really saw or knew anything that really happened, to be able to testify or whatever. Because I definitely don't want Miss Girl to be able to get away with this, considering the fact that there were not a lot of witnesses from what I'm hearing. There weren't a lot of witnesses at this time. Hopefully we get more details to spill out. Hopefully we can get more people probably talking about it. Like, they're talking about the Shankula case. So I'm just wondering, I just hate that Kayla was able to make good on that promise a year later. Now, I'm not sure if the ladies have been in contact with each other since the incident happened of the burning the vehicles and stuff. I'm not sure if they've been in contact since then. Possibly, or if this was just some unmotivated type of event. And basically, when I say unmotivated, I'm meaning like little interaction is possible, but more so stalking possibly from Kayla's end. As soon as she saw that this young lady stepped up, I believe she could have been in another relationship, had other stuff going on for herself. You decided to show your face and make sure that she would not see another day. But maybe you have been in contact with her prior to, in order for you to even know what house she lives in, for you to come there and harm her in the way that you did. It's so sad. That's just wow. This woman got this home for her children last month and turned around and died in the very home by the woman that caused her harm just the year prior. Girl, you can't make it up. This is some sad stuff. This is some sad stuff here. I do want to show you guys some things that I found over on, or at least just some posts real quick over on Kayla's Facebook page. This is what she put up over on Facebook, and this was posted on November 7th. She says, been thinking about my future heavy lately, from my career all the way down to my happiness. I just want to succeed for my family. May God be with me. Listen, I wish God was with you on that day so that you would have never went forward and committed the crime that you ended up committing. How tragic, how horrific, how sad. I don't get it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into one more thing that she put up on her page. Okay. And this is crazy because if indeed the killing took place on the 16th, girl, this was posted on the 16th, but we don't have all of the particulars. We don't have the times of when the crime was committed. We're missing a lot of details. That's why I wish more people were able to, kind of like get this story out there. But Miss Kayla reposted this on her page. It says, this new me ain't nothing nice. Yeah, I changed my mindset, woke up and realized, let the regrets go. Can't dwell on the past or worry about who I feel, and keep it real or who switched up when I pray every day that God removes the negativity from around me. The whole time, the problem wasn't my friends not supporting me. It was thinking everyone was my friend. God, keep changing me for the better. And Kayla reposted this on November 16th at 11:42. At what point did you post that? Shakia Perkins, girl. At what point did you post that? Was that a few minutes right before you unalived this woman, before her daughters like got out of school or anything and came home to see that? And that's another thing. I'm like, who found this woman? I pray her children did it. Did the 4-year-olds go in the room and find his mom? Like, what the hell is going on? And then this is what's crazy, you all. This is the only mugshot that I found of Shakia Perkins. And this mugshot is when she was arrested in early October for the incident that took place in September when she burned the girls' vehicles. And that's when she was charged with the aggravated assault, I do believe. Let me go. Yeah, aggravated assault, criminal damage to property, terroristic threats, and arson in the first degree. But when it comes to the crime that she just committed this week, maybe we'll get a mugshot at some point, and maybe we'll get more details about what happened. There is documentation showing that she is booked. She is in jail. I'm not sure of what her bond is, or if she even has a bond. I feel like when you have a situation where you've already violated said person, and this may already exist, but when you've already violated said person, baby, you shouldn't be able to get out. Like that's dead. That's DEAD, baby. I'm not seeing anything listed next to her bond, right? And again, for this particular crime, she has been arrested, but I'm not seeing any bond next to it. Now, when she did the first crime where she committed the arson, the aggravated assault and everything, I believe she either sideswiped or she used her car to hit Cornisha's vehicle. And then next thing you know, later on, because that was kind of like at nighttime, then you came back at another time and then you just set the car on fire. Anybody with additional details, definitely hop down in the comments and let me know. But at that time from last year's incident, there was indeed bonds. So she did have a bond this year for said incident. I'm not seeing any bonds. Let's go ahead and keep going. Now, since we learned about Cornisha's passing at that time, a lot of her friends and family members were really outraged because none of the news outlets was actually covering what happened to Cornisha. Keep in mind the incident that took place with Miss Shanquilla, the murder that took place with Miss Shanquilla. Let's be clear, okay? Because y'all assaulted that girl and then turned around and killed that girl. The incident that and lied about it too. That incident has been all over the news, and maybe the news just wasn't able to pick this up for whatever reason. Okay, so at the time a lot of her friends and family were really upset because they weren't getting the details that or at least they weren't getting the story out, they weren't covering it, they weren't putting a spotlight on it, because at the time Kayla wasn't in custody. She wasn't in custody, okay? But since then, she ended up being arrested for sure. Now, what's interesting is maybe this happened the next day or something, because according to the reports it looks like she could have been arrested later on that day. So if she wasn't murdered on the 16th, maybe it was prior to that. But I know there was a lot of talk about people saying this girl has yet to be arrested, like where she at, she hiding or something, like what's going on. But eventually she was, okay. She is currently locked up without bond, okay. And what they're saying she's charged with is murder, possession of firearm or knife. They're not sure which one. At least they did not put that in the documentation. It just says possession of firearm or knife, and also cruelty to children in third degree, because her child was in the home, and that was the 4-year-old boy that was in the house. And I'm just, girl, I'm just, I'm outdone. I hate that. I hate that so much. That happened to that lady. That happened to her babies. Like, oh, it just, girl, it just kills me, honey. I just hate it so much. Okay. Her friends believe that Corneshia Butler was killed out of pure hate and jealousy. And I'm not surprised. And I believe it 100%. Um, they said that the young lady was upset that Cornisha had moved on and she was doing well for herself and her children. Girl, that won't that make them mad? Won't that make them mad? And I just, cause see, where this is where I'm thinking, what I'm thinking. I'm sure she was jealous as hell, envious, everything, because you got charges on you. So you probably can't move how Miss Cornisha out here moving. Okay, out here just succeeding. She probably ain't got no charges or nothing. And you still probably bitter at her because you got charges. But at the end of the day, it was an action you chose to make. You chose to hit her car. You chose to set fire to her vehicles. Are you crazy? So all of that was on you. And then you turned around and told this girl she was gonna be dead soon, and you going for first degree, and she can run and tell the police that. So obviously you were mad that you got caught, and now you got these charges and stuff. Wow, that's crazy. Like, girl, that is Then you turn around, not think about these children, and unalive their mama a week before Thanksgiving and Christmas. It really honestly would not matter when Kayla would have done this, because it would have been completely unfortunate, period, for any kids at that age to go without their mama. Like, the disrespect. Okay, the dish, I hate it. It wouldn't have mattered when she did it, but knowing that when we get into these holiday seasons, it's really all about family. This girl probably had so much stuff planned for her kids. She probably had all kind of started already Christmas shopping, everything, and you literally took that from them. And I just, girl, whew, I just hope they don't take it light on her. I want to get more details and information about what has happened. What was the true events that led up to this? Right? Was there a phone call? Did she bust down the girl door? Was she welcome to come into the home? You know what I'm saying? Like, did Cornisha just allow her to come in the home thinking they were just going to have a conversation, and then things escalated? Like, these are things that I'm wondering. I want more details. I want the news outlets that's able to do deeper investigations to go and do your deeper investigations. Like, I want to know more, because, and the reason why I say this too, and you guys leave your thoughts and comments down before, the reason I want so much information is because I don't want anything to slip through the cracks to where this young woman gets off on this murder. I know a lot of people may think, oh, well, she ain't gonna get off. She ain't gonna get off because, you know, they already got records on her for doing the arson situation. You know what I'm saying? And the restraining order. So she probably not gonna get off. Girl, you don't know what kind of attorney she gonna sit up there and get. Okay, that's gonna have some connections or whatever the case gonna be. All right. So you need as much information and details as you can. Okay. So I'm like, it needs to be very clear cut, right? Because if I don't know if she left any fingerprints or anything at the crime scene. I mean, of course, they probably could check her phone and see if that was pinged over in the area. So there are ways that they definitely can tie her to it. But I just kind of want to know some of the details before they go to court and stuff like that. You know, lock her up and throw away the key. Don't let that lady back out. Okay, do not let her back out to come out here and traumatize even more people. No, ma'am. Leave her where she at. What else are they saying? Yeah, so they pretty much said that, Kayla could not handle any of the happiness that Cornisha was experiencing. She couldn't handle it. She didn't like it. She couldn't handle it. I'm over here having to deal with this and that over here in my life. Meanwhile, you moving on without me. It's definitely giving, if I can't have you, nobody will. Not even your children. Whoa. All right. Now, to me, this is very traumatizing because as I was over on Facebook and just going through and just looking, I learned that her son was right there when the incident happened. So he was in the home at the time that his mom was being unalived, but also, from what I'm understanding, his father has passed as well. And if he hasn't passed, yeah, because how the message was worded was King was in the home, and King, he's without both parents, basically, is what the post said. King is without both parents, and he witnessed both. So when I see the word witness, it made me believe that the dad has died as well. So not only he done lost both parents, he doesn't have his mom, he doesn't have his dad, and he was a witness to both, or he was around. Okay, the baby was 3 or 4 or whatnot, and he saw both of his parents die. And I just feel like, that baby gonna later on grow up in life and start experiencing things and not knowing what's really happening to him, and it's probably gonna be all triggered by what he witnessed and probably could not explain or fully understand at the time when he was 3 or 4 years old. And I know a lot of people may feel like he may not even remember that. I don't know, child. I still remember stuff from when I was 3 and 4 years old, so you just never know, right? But yeah, I just wanted to bring this horrific, selfish tragedy. I wanted to bring this story to you guys. I want you all to hop down in the comments. Let me know if you know anything about it, if you're familiar with it, if you know this young lady, like just, or if if you don't know Cornisha, maybe you know Kayla or something, just let me know your overall thoughts regarding this particular situation. Hopefully I'll get more details so that I can bring more of that information to you guys. I really struggled trying to find information on Miss Shakia Perkins, honey, because I'm over here like, what? Like, where is the mugshot if she's arrested? Like, how long does it take for y'all to update that? Like, what's really going on? And what truly led up to these events? Was Shakia upset about something that happened about a year ago? Or were there more recent events that caused her to, unalive this woman? It's just really sad, y'all. I want to hear you all's comments and thoughts and all of that down below. I'm just so sorry this happened to you, Cornisha. I really am. Like, I'm just, because, I'm a product of 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could say 4 kids, or product or whatever. My mom had 4 kids. I'm the only girl. I have 3 brothers, and I'm thinking about these little kids, 3 girls and 1 boy. And I couldn't imagine growing up, without my mommy, right? And for her to be taken away so viciously as this young lady did to Cornisha's children. So I'm definitely gonna be praying for her kids. My condolences. I'm sending out to her family, and this is just tragic. And I just hope more people start talking about it so that y'all can, like, girl, Miss Ma'am don't ever need to get out. Okay, she don't ever need to get out. All right, leave that lady right where she at. She know what she did, but more importantly, I am hoping the way that she put in those text messages saying, "Oh, you can show this to the police. I'm going for first degree, not second." I hope she was that bold enough to say to the police, "Yes, I committed this crime. Go ahead and lock me up," because I know what it is that I did. Okay, but that's all I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.